Welcome to Module 6. In this module, we'll be defining what phonology is, we'll deconstruct the English phonemic chart, and we'll play around with phonological features of English. And if you don't know what these thingies mean, you will after this module. Module 6, Unit 1, Introduction to Phonology, where we'll cover the definitions, and then in Section 2, we'll do the English phonemic chart. In Unit 2, we're going to discuss the place and manner of articulation of the phonemes or speech sounds. In Section 1, we'll be defining all the places and the manners, and in Section 2, we'll be labeling all of the phonemes as a different place and manner of articulation. In Unit 3, we'll play around with rhythm and stress of the English language, discussing general patterns in Section 1, and in Section 2, we have a syllable and stress activity. It's interesting. In this module, only the knowledge reviews at the end and this introductory video are mandatory. Let's get started. Unit 1, Introduction to Phonology. Section 1, Definitions. Okay, what does this say? Go-ti. Okay, check this out. Writing it in phonemic annotation may help. What's that? So let's see, the thing that looks like an F, but it isn't, it makes a f sound like the F does. What looks like a capital or uppercase I is actually the I sound. So like a lowercase I, like I, a low I. The squiggly thing at the end looks like a long S. It's the sh sound. So if we put those three together, it's f, I, sh. So fish. So how does this thing that looks like goti say fish? Well, when looking at the phonemic annotation, what we're looking at is the sound. Now, unlike written language, spoken language isn't governed by grammar. It has its own little rules. So when looking at it grammatically, that thing may look like goti, but if we look at it phonetically, we can get the f from laugh, the I from women, and the sh from nation. See that? Fish. Crazy. And that word fish, or fish, is a collection of three sounds, f, I, and sh. Those three sounds are three phonemes. A phoneme is the smallest unit of speech sounds. Unlike a or a, which are sounds that I did with my mouth, but that may or may not have meaning, they aren't speech sounds like a k or a k, depending on the language. Okay, let's take the letter C, for example. The C in English can make a k sound, as in cat, or the S sound, as in center. In the English phonemic chart, mapping out all of these sounds in English, there's no C phoneme, only the k, which looks like a K, and the S, which looks like an S. All human sounds are attempted to be mapped out on the International Phonemic Chart. Check this out, International Phonemic Alphabet. This is really cool. Starting at the top, we have our pulmonic consonants, consonant sounds originating from our lungs. Under and to the left, we have the rest of the consonants that are made solely in the mouth, like the clicks found in Osa, a couple African languages. To the right are our vowel sounds, and all the other wonderful stuff underneath are the symbols that allow us to write down what sounds like, or what we sound like when we speak to each other. So kind of, it's like the musical annotation for our words and phrases as humans. Now, all the characters here that you see, they are phonemes, the smallest unit of speech sounds. Now, phonology is the study of speech sounds in a particular language. So along with its phonemics, the study of phonemes, phonology also studies the usage of spoken words, as in syllable manipulation with stress and time. Each language has its own distinct groups of sounds, as well as its own phonemic chart. Now, English phonology has 44 individual sounds, or 44 different phonemes. Check out the chart. Now, we're going to go through this whole chart in Unit 2. No worries, we'll get back to that. Continuing on, what is phonetics? Now, phonetics is the study of speech sounds, all of them. It's the branch of linguistics that studies how humans make and use sound as language, and this also includes where the sound is made in our speech-producing organs, so the manner and place of articulation. Now, if you humor me for a second, here's a little comparison I like to make to end our definitions. So let's compare phonetics with genetics. Genetics is the study of hereditary, of genes. It's the overall study of everything genetic. Phonemics is the study of speech sounds. It's the overall study of phonetics. Yeah? Whereas genealogy is a family of genes with a family tree lineage. Now, a phonology is a family of phonemes with a cultural and historical lineage. Down at the bottom, a gene is the unit of hereditary, a sequence in DNA. A phoneme is the smallest unit of speech sounds, or just a little sequence of sound articulation. All right, phonology has been introduced. Let's go break down the English phonemic chart in section 2. See you soon.